Am I straight? And my table's wiggly. Let me see. Good. While I was getting ready to do this video, something told me to go ahead and do prices this time. We keep talking about prices going up. We all see it, especially in certain areas. I like watching haul videos, and I know I was listening to a couple last night or this morning, or maybe both. And some of their prices seemed a little cheaper than what we pay. And then some of their prices seemed really high what we pay. So what I thought I'd do on this grocery haul, it's a Walmart pickup haul. My largest one, I think I looked back, it was April 4th. So over 2 months, because this is June 6th today. You may be seeing it over the next couple of days. I was thinking Pantry. If I hadn't done the stock up as far as for this week, we'd been fine. For next week, we'd been fine. I could have probably got way out into summer, except maybe for hot dogs, hamburgers, cookout stuff. But because of them talking certain shortages, whether they happen or not, we always need to be prepared. And I grew up, I got my markers still in my hand. It's my security blanket today. We grew up watching our mom and our dad always trying to be prepared as much as they can. Only grew up through World War II in Germany. They know what it's like to have nothing. They lost their home. They lost their possessions. They lost everything. So they had to start from nothing. And I know she's got stories she can tell you, and they're her stories to tell. But food's precious. And it always has been. We just don't see it that way because we've always had plenty. Plenty in the sense we've not went hungry. The majority of us. I can't speak for all of us, but the majority of us. Did we always have what we wanted? No. Did we? And I may have told this story before, but I only thought I liked salmon patties. They're not my preference. Salmon patties are not my preference. But growing up, she made salmon patties. We were hungry. We ate. Because what was the alternative? We couldn't just go in the refrigerator and say, ooh, I'd rather take a bologna sandwich, or I'd rather take a hot dog. Sounds familiar in my house. Or I'd rather just have a peanut butter jelly sandwich. No. We learned to eat what we had. Was it my preference? No. Would I eat it now? If I go to a dinner now and sit down, I might actually enjoy it now. I've not had salmon patties in forever. But as a kid, I remember we ate what we had. There wasn't tons of options. I may not have got this all done as early as I'm doing, except for the fact I had it sitting out on the table. And there's 2 or 3 things that we probably maybe wouldn't have bought growing up. But as I'm looking at the table, if my mama, back when we were little, when she talked about my dad being in service, she didn't know about some of the programs that they might have had back in the early 60s. I didn't look it up, so I don't know. I just know the programs that people can take advantage of now, like food pantries. I think they call it SNAP now. She said, I would have went for it. I was home with 2 kids. Your daddy was out in the field. They barely made it month to month. And a lot of times she had to pick whether she ate or whether we ate. And you know what she picked. So she wouldn't have been bothered by commodities. I think commodities might have been back in the 80s and 90s. There's no shame in asking for help when you need it, when you know you're doing everything you can. So I know in today's society we have pantries, food pantries. A lot of the churches have food pantries. I'm not sure what, and a friend of mine, I've never really talked to her about it, but I know she's elderly. She gets food ever so often, and sometimes she passes some of it on to us. Like, a lot of times I don't buy fresh fruit. Eli would rather have the can, but like she passes on fruit cocktail, passes on pears. She gets canned meats a lot of times. I don't know if that's the way it is right at this moment, because I know she's got other family members that really actually need it more, if you know what I mean, that she gives it to. But yeah, we enjoyed that. So if, I guess I said all that to say this. If you're having a hard time and you really need help, go get it. I would. My mama would. Omi, as you know her. Don't be embarrassed, because all of us at some point could go through a hard time. But I said all that to say this. While I was looking at my table, and I was thinking how Mama would have felt like she'd hit the lottery if she had this sitting on her table when we were little. A lot of this is what we ate growing up, and that's the basics. On the table itself, there's no meat, but on the table itself, there's protein. And I don't see anything on this table I wouldn't have ate as a kid and loved it, okay? So we're going to start with just what I've got on the table. And then I say there'll be a part 2. I'm sorry I was so long, but I feel it need to be said that, yeah, prices are going up. People are hurting. I know if your wages are staying the same, we're on fixed income, so I know your wages stay the same and your gas jumps 40 cents in a week in 4 days. It's hard. It's hard for all of us. Not one of us, not 2 of us, all of us. So when as wore out as I was when I went and picked this up, I did go ahead and make a couple of other stops, plus check my PO, so I wouldn't have to get out and spend gas to go out a second trip, like to go to the PO, when I could do it while I was out. So that's kind of how I'm doing. And I've always been that way because I worked on the road. So I tried to do stuff as I was on the road. But enough of that. You can tell I've not done a lot of talking today, so y'all are getting it. Not talked to Omi yet. As a matter of fact, Kenny just got up. I might have woke him up. Then watered my plants, fed the cats, the hens. Getting ready to go on top of the hill. Got cleaned up because I was talking to a friend that we might try to get together later on today, but I think something else is going on, so I'll use that opportunity to get done here. Maybe take a nap even. Okay. I'll go ahead and do a couple of items I don't think my mama probably would have got at the store. One is the double cheese bagels, because she made a lot of her own bread. Yeast bread, yeast rolls, biscuits, cornbread. I remember all the home baking she used to do. Double cheese bagels, mine and Eli's favorite. And I can done tell last night somebody decided to enjoy one. So I thought, that's why I need to go ahead and show them now. But they were $2.98 for 5. So that's how much a piece? 50, 60. We'll say 60 cents a piece. So for this, and you throw an egg and cheese on it, don't know how much eggs are in your area. I have them here. But I'd say for just a little over $1 a piece, instead of 3 and 4 at the store, you can, or at the restaurant, you can have a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. Eli likes cream cheese. I like to do them different ways. But they were $2.98 for 15 ounces, 5 bagels. Another thing my mom probably would not have bought growing up would be these kits, because she cooked from scratch. And she had basic spices. She didn't have a cabinet full. Basic spices, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper was one of them. Probably chili powder. I don't know about the rest. That's all I can remember. And she would have bouillon. And she would have, of course, you know, the sugar and all that stuff. Anyway, taco rice, Norris, $1.26. Cooks in 7 minutes. And I was trying to see, rice and pasta blend with cheese and a taco flavored sauce. I thought that would be so good. I can see eating that. Just fix you some taco meat up in a wrap. Have this as a side, and that's a meal. This was $1.26. 2.5 servings. But you could make it stretch, especially if you used it on your burritos. Make a burrito with it. My table's still shaking. I can see doing that too. Burritos, eat it on the side. And you know, eat it by itself. Eat it with a salad. I think it'd be good. And then I got the Norris Mexican rice. You know I like spicy. Can't taste. $1.26. 2.5 servings. I will say Yomi could have made these, but she would have made them with long grain rice and her spices. But we're fortunate today, still yet. I'm not real good about mixing a bunch of stuff. We're still fortunate we can get stuff that is pre-mixed for us. And plus, it helps to have those in the pantry because, say, what if your power went out? These are easier to cook. Everything's contained. All you need's water. Need to have water now. And start a fire. Might take more than 7 minutes, but you'll have a meal. Right. Yum Yum sauce. Pure indulgence. I have not had Yum Yum sauce here at home in quite a while. Only I and Connie went to Japanese, and I had some Yum Yum sauce, and I said, I've got to buy some. I don't remember it being this high. I think a lot of times I might even get it at Yugo. $4.38 for 16 ounces. $4.38 for 16 ounces. Don't know what the price is in your area. I did not shop around. I was shopping Walmart so I could pick it up. I thought that sounded very high. I'll be using it very sparingly. But I had to have it. It was good. One thing I got for the pantry, I know I have some of already, is light brown sugar, 32 ounces. I wrote down it was $3.24, but I think that was for 2 bags. I think that was for 2 bags. I'm going to have to pause you and find out. I don't think I paid $3.24 for it, or did I? I better check. I pulled up my list right here. Phew. didn't think 324 sounded right for one. I thought, gosh. No, that was for 2 bags. I bought 2 bags. And I'm just put one out here at the table. So it was actually, this is why I wrote stuff down, because it takes so long to look it up. It was actually $1.62 for 2 pounds. So I thought that was a good deal. And sugar doesn't go bad. It may get hard. I know I had white sugar that went hard. I just beat it up and crystallized it back and used it. Doesn't go bad. One thing I know Omi had growing up was yeast. And I ordered 3 fast-acting yeast. I think they had to substitute it for this one. It's Fleshman's Rapid Rise Instant Yeast. Don't know if Omi had the fast-acting instant rise. I don't know if it took... I think some yeasts take longer. These are a lot quicker. But for 3 of them, it was 86 cents. And maybe in the comments below, y'all can tell me what the prices on your area on some of these are. Like I said, I did this strictly at Walmart. I did not go to Aldi's or... can't say I didn't go to Yugo's. You'll see that later. But it was on my way. Aldi's is in another town, and with gas prices, unless I'm in that town, I won't go. But I may be in that town soon, so I need to kind of save up a little bit. Oatmeal. Could not get the old-fashioned, I think, in the large online. And didn't want to pay what Quaker wanted for it, if they had it. I know it was higher. Oatmeal's outrageous compared to what I remember I used to pay. I paid $1.76 for 18 ounces, which on the scheme of things is still a good buy. It says 13 servings. For us, it'd be more like 9. But even at 9 servings, 20 cents a serving, you can't go out and eat for that, right? I keep turning this around. So even at 8 or 9 servings, you're getting a great deal. That, an egg, a piece of toast, that's breakfast. Throw you some fruit in it, that's breakfast. So I bought 2 of these. I think that's about equivalent to one big one. But I will say, like with this, of course, you need a, if you want it sweet or buttery, you have to add that to it, okay? But say you're in a hurry like I am a lot of times, don't feel like digging everything out. You can, I got some maple brown sugar instant oatmeal. It was 20 packs, 30.3 ounces, 1 pound, 14 ounces. I paid $3.12. $3.12 for 20 packs. Okay. But the kicker is, even though that sounds high, it's not. Because you got all your sweetener in it. You got all your flavor in it. All you need is water. And to say hot tap water, even if you don't, say your power went out and you had to heat up water or something, just enough hot water to soften it up. I bought 2 boxes. My little internet thing said I was paying 9.8 cents an ounce for this oatmeal. 9.8 cents an ounce, which I have to add my butter, sugar, whatever you put in it. This oatmeal, I paid 10.3 cents an ounce. See where I'm going with that? 10.3 cents an ounce. Of course, I know some of the weight's the sweetener and stuff, but I don't have to add sugar. I don't have to add butter. My husband likes it just as it is. Can't beat it. So I bought 2 boxes of that. You can see why I'm calling this a pantry stock up. And it's getting a little long. I'm going to show you 2 more items I got to go feed my animals on top of the hill. Like I said, I did a lot of talking in this one. Remember what I bought in this one, though, because the next haul is a continuation of what we would have ate growing up that are pantry items. I bought a case of them. Diced potatoes, 78 cents a piece. And I went ahead and bought 12. Great value. I know at one time they were cheaper, but this is what they are now. I don't know what they are at Aldi's. At one time, I think I was even given 40-something cents, but I don't remember how long ago that was. 78 cents a can, and I bought a dozen for the pantry. I have some already there. Did I hear there's going to be a potato shortage or something? Potatoes are a staple at my house. And so, I did buy the diced. One of these, and I don't know if it's the diced or the sliced. I also bought some sliced. 78 cents a can, 15 ounces. I don't know if it was the diced or the sliced, but there was actually a limit of 12. It said on there, I do remember that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you. I hope the prices helped you. A lot of times I do, you know, searching other places for prices, but I had to go to Walmart anyway. I hadn't stocked up in 2 months, and there was items I really wanted. But potatoes, yeast, brown sugar. We're going to pretend this is just plain rice. Oatmeal. We grew up with these foods. Did you? And what else would your mother have purchased with these items to feed you through the month? We'll find out tomorrow night. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I had fun doing this video. It took me a while to write the prices down, but I thought it was well worth it. And here I am rattling again. Maybe I ought to save it for the next video. Maybe I ought to go eat a cheese croissant and just sit. I told you my brain just does this. But I know my family will be happy with all that. And until tomorrow night, next time, we'll talk soon.